trailblazer in promoting diversity in STEM.
Good evening, everyone. I'll do my thanks afterwards, but God is so good. I am so humbled and grateful to the Science Club for Girls for this incredible recognition. And it's actually ironic that I'm being awarded the Catalyst Award from the Science Club for Girls, because in truth and in fact, the catalyst for the development of Dr. Dee Dee Dynamo came during the Science Club for Girls mentoring event. Now I have a confession to make. I am the one with the cow hearts and the dissection. And I wanted for the girls to get an appreciation and an understanding of how the cardiac and the circulatory system work. The challenge was working with 7, 8, 9-year-old girls and how to simplify it in a way in which they could appreciate. So I ordered cow hearts, which admittedly were quite huge and quite smelly. And so the room divided into 2 sets of girls. One set that just took off and ran for the hills and the other group that was fascinated and intrigued. And the challenge for me in simplifying the circulatory system was, how do I share this information with them in a way in which they can really understand the marvels of how the heart and the circulatory system work. And so I constructed this analogy of the circulatory system being akin to the New York subway system. And the heart as Grand Central Station, the other organs as the different stations along the subway system, the railroad tracks as the blood vessels, the train carriages as the red blood cells, and the oxygen molecules as the passengers that came on and off of the train. And as you can imagine, the analogy expands even as we talk about the electrical system and how we separate cars and trains and the signals happen, and how this is very, very similar to what happens in the circulatory system in the heart. But in constructing that analogy and sharing it with the girls and seeing the light and understanding in their eyes, a light bulb, and that was my aha moment, it was an epiphany, that I can combine my gift and my passion for creativity and my love of science and my desire to empower girls and empower boys, but girls especially, about developing this early love for science that would take them and would catapult them into opportunities that would far sometimes even exceed their imaginations. And there was born this desire to create this very global type of platform for making a difference. Now, as a catalyst, the strict definition of a catalyst is an agent of change, something that causes a change without itself being changed. And that's the one difference here, because as a catalyst, as the Science Club for Girls catalyzed me into this notion that I could make this difference and I could expose this body of girls and women of the world to something that I love, and in so doing, increase their passion. As a catalyst and receiving the Catalyst Award, what I came to understand is that I have been so incredibly changed by this journey, and so incredibly blessed by all of the people that I have come into contact with. And I came away from that experience wanting to having this big dream, having this dream about taking science education, exposing girls to science, exposing kids of all races and ethnicities to science in a way that expanded beyond the border of Myrtle Baptist Church. Because this was 10 years ago when I got involved, as Ross said, when Science Club for Girls developed a chapter and a presence at Myrtle Baptist Church under Reverend Hayden's leadership. And I had this big dream. And so one of the messages that I want to leave with so many of the young girls here is that this notion of having a big dream. But when you have a dream, that has to be followed by action. Okay, it's not enough to just dream. You have to have a vision, you have to have a dream, but then that has to be followed by something else. And so my message to you girls here is dream big. And that dream big contains, like I say, the principles of success or the principles of realization of your dreams. And the dream big is for the D is for discipline. The R is for being resourceful and responsible, reaching back into your community. So I love to see that these girls who have come through the Science Club are reaching back as mentors to bring other girls along with them. That the women scientists here are reaching back to the Science Club for girls and for the college students and continue to with that mentoring. E is for striving for excellence. In anything that you do, you try to excel. A is for being assertive. And I love that the Science Club for Girls is building this measure of confidence in their girls that just inspires them that they can do it and they can be bold. Motivation. At some point, you have to find that internal drive. And I think the Science Club for Girls is fostering that within its girls. B is for being bold and believing in yourself and being surrounded by a community of people who believe in you. I think the Science Club for Girls does an incredible job of providing that for the girls. I is for this inspiration. Find someone that you look up to, that you inspire. And built into the Science Club for Girls is the mentorship that provides so many opportunities for inspiration and for role modeling. And then G is for setting goals and for having God, at least for me, at the center of your life. So little goals, one goal at a time. And you don't have to have this overarching plan that I'm going to, you know what the end result is going to be. But setting little goals and striving to reach those. And so I'm saying to all of you that you can dream big. I would like to thank the Science Club for Girls for this incredible honor. I would like to thank my parents, especially I would not be here were it not for their tireless efforts of all of the things that come with dreaming big. And so I thank them for that, and they continue to push and motivate me, and I'm very blessed by that. I'm blessed to have a community of just friends and sister friends who, along this journey, have prayed for me, who are here to support me, who have lifted me up, who have supported Dr. Dee Dee Dynamo and all that vision is about. All of the children in our lives, I thank them for their inspiration. My son, my nephews, my goddaughters, all of whom are here. I thank my husband, most especially, for just continuing to just be the man that just believes in me and continues to just tell me every day that I am this amazing woman, that I'm making such an incredible difference. And it's just I thank again the board, Roz and Sarah, the co-chairs, all of the staff, and the volunteers for Science Club for Girls. I am deeply appreciative of this honor and recognition. And once again, to all of you who have come out to be supportive for both the Science Club for Girls and myself, I am humbled and extremely grateful.